I'd like to welcome everyone to the 35th Annual Lacey Township Science Fair Award Ceremony. The science fair projects you see displayed were selected as the best in each science class. The students began researching in October and November, which inspired these remarkable projects that took countless hours to create. Will all the students who have projects displayed please stand so we can give you a round of applause? To all of the students that participated, success can never be achieved unless someone like you has vision and desire to initiate it. Job well done. Thank you all for coming to support our students and the amazing science program at Lacey Township High School. First, a few words from our principal, Mr. Gregory Brandis. Thank you, Mr. Brandis.
Good evening. Thank you, board members, Mr. Wigley, Dr. Clark, all high school administration and district administration in attendance tonight, and for their devoted support to our students and to the educational process. 2 years after the doors opened at Lacey Township High School in 1981, we had our first science fair at the high school in 1983. This is the 35th anniversary, so we fast forward here tonight to February 22nd. In those 35 years, I'm honored to say that there's one individual that has been part of all 35 science fairs. And that individual, I'd like to give a round of applause to Miss Annie Russell. Miss Russell, I hope you see the next 35. Oh. As a teacher, here.
As a teacher.
As a teacher.
In my wheelchair.
Yes. So, with it being the 35th annual science fair, I decided to do a little project myself. So I did a little research, and I found out estimated numbers. There's been about 10,000 Lacey students who did a project for science fair over the 35 years. 1,190 award winners. 350 winners that have moved on to Stockton's Jersey Shore Science Fair, and an estimated 105 winners that moved on to Delaware Valley Science Fair, which in my regards makes the #1 science fair in New Jersey, the one at Lacey Township High School. So I'd like to congratulate all the winners tonight, all the students who participated, and it is my pleasure to see all the parents and community members here tonight. I thank you for attending. Good luck to all the participants, and enjoy the night. Thank you.
Before we begin our award ceremony, I would like to thank several people who were integral in making this night a success. First and foremost, the parents for supporting your children's efforts and scientific inquiry. Our building administration, Principal Mr. Brandis, and Vice Principals Mr. Angelo and Mr. Dowd. The President of the Board, Mr. Kloss, and all the other board members in attendance tonight. Superintendent Mr. Wigley, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Clark, District Supervisor Mr. Zielinski, and all other district administration. Thank you to the high school custodial staff for setting up and the secretarial staff for organizing and handling phone calls. A very special thank you to Vivian Hansen, our 7 through 12 District Supervisor's Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Colsey, our media specialist, for working with the students during the research paper process and the past 2 days with projects in the media center. Mr. Meerman and the WLTS tech crew for recording. An extra thank you to students Michael McGearan, Daria Saxton, and Jessica Schlagenhoft for creating the slideshow we are about to see. The PTSA for graciously providing $25 gift certificates for all first place winners and a $50 gift certificate for the Best in Show recipient. Ocean Trophies for the beautiful plaques. All of our guest judges who took time out of their day today to judge our students. And lastly, the absolutely amazing science department faculty who I have the pleasure of working with. Your efforts, insights, and dedication are an integral part of our success. Mr. Barada, Mr. Conklin, Mr. Helmick, Mr. Kuzan, Mrs. Penna, Mrs. York, Mrs. Risden, Ms. Garrity, Mrs. Bullock, Ms. Kriegstein, Mrs. Hobson, Mrs. Kuzan, Mrs. Russell, Ms. Audette, Mrs. Tempiero, and Mr. Wood. I look forward to all the great changes we will make as a team to ensure the success of our students. Lastly, I again thank the parents and our student participants. Our award recipients from tonight will be encouraged to compete in the Jersey Shore Science Fair to be held on Saturday, March 17th at Stockton University. Those who place first and second there will then be invited to compete in the Delaware Valley Science Fair, which is hosted by Drexel University and held April 3rd to the 5th at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. Students will have the chance to be awarded scholarships, saving bonds, and other substantial prizes. And now to Ms. Kriegstein and Ms. Russell for the giving of our awards.
Good evening. We are starting with Applied Art, A and B. Projects in this category include three-dimensional models of non-commercial nature. We'll start with our honorable mentions. We have Megan Donahue with treatment plans for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Our second honorable mention is Brody Morris with
Megan.
Oh, what up? Brody Morris for treating nerve damage. Our third honorable mention is Liam Clancy, how fear can control our minds. In Applied Arts A and B, we have for third place, Taylor Kling, The Biology of a Criminal Mind. In second place, we have Brianna Wixton for Solar System Life Throughout. And in first place, in Applied Arts A and B, we have Julia Fiorentina with Genetically Modifying Honeybees.
Okay, for Applied Art B, in second place, Mason Waters, Endangerment of a Keystone Species in an Ecosystem. No? Okay, first place, Forrest Jennings, How Gharial Conservation Efforts Can Be Improved to Save the
Our next category is Demonstration of a Scientific Principle A and B, a project that supports the explanation of a scientific principle and has moving parts. Demonstration A, our honorable mentions, are Jessica Pisano for Electrolytes and Osmosis. Our second honorable mention is Lauren Massiocci for the effects of temperature on surface tension. Third place is going to Gabrielle Spafford, the effects of natural versus artificial dyes on the average human body. In the demonstration category, second place is Dylan Danko, our sports drinks, the smart choice for your body. And in first place is Shelby Burns, using fungus to protect astronauts from radiation.
Okay, for demonstration B, honorable mention, Olivia Blackwood, determining blood types with antigens. Okay, our second honorable mention goes to Samantha Kievit. Will fluid density affect air flight design? Okay, in third place, we have Hannah Starner, Magnus effect on a tennis ball. In second place, Marnie Reamer, using hydrodynamics and biomimicry. And for first place, Haley Karskadden, physics as an essential component for treating aortic
For the computer science / CAD, projects in this category demonstrate the instructional applications of computers through an educational program and must be original work. Our third place goes to Cody Conroy, offensive penetration testing within an insecure network. Second place goes to Chloe Bragg, student athletes and academic success. And first place goes to William Simunek for probabilities of natural disasters across the United States. We have next the media category. This category includes videos, film strips, or slides of a serious nature that describe the structure or function of biological organisms, chemical substance, or the application of a scientific principle. In second place, we have Megan Fitzgerald with Assistance, Animals, and You. And in first place in media, we have Gavin Brennan, How Can Technology and Media Improve the Quality of Life for a Patient with Alzheimer's Disease?
Okay, our next category is the green category. This category includes projects that focus on environmental responsibility. In second place, Cassandra Shank, macro change and apparatus to collect microplastics. In first place, Kayla Vaccaro, meat consumption and global warming. Our next category is classical experiment or original invention. This type of project involves the development of a classical experiment or an original invention in accordance with the scientific method. For classical A, honorable mention, Katrina von Gray, the effectiveness of flame retardants. Our next honorable mention, Jenica Loretta, false memories and how it can cause assumptions mistakes on it. Our next honorable mention, Cassidy Wade, which protein bar has the most positive effects? In third place, Alex Nagy, biofuel. In second place, Ryan Price, decomposition of bioplastics. And in first place, Elise Davis, the effect of air pollution on tardigrade populations in parks and playgrounds in Lacey Township, New Jersey.
In Classical B, honorable mention is Abigail Sinibaldi. How can physics improve lacrosse? Third place is Autumn Laird. Transformation bacteria used as an environmental biosensor in research. Second place in Classical B is Ryan Hanaway, the koala trip. And first place goes to Jay Holland. Which wheel material produces friction on Mars? We would like to bring back up Miss Malloy to deliver Best in Show.
Before our presentation of Best in Show, we're going to show a short video. Again, thank you to our excellent tech crew for putting that together. So although there were many fine projects submitted at the science fair, this project stood out above them all. It is the Best in Show category, and it's awarded to Avery Cunningham for low-cost aerial plant health analysis. Thank you all for coming and attending tonight. Please leave the boards on display for the rest of the students in the high school that will be viewing the projects, and be safe traveling home. Thank you again.